Welcome into the second Monday of the week, or this Tuesday.
Did you say that? Tuesday's great.
It's the second Monday of the week.
Yes, no. That makes it sound that Tuesday's a bad thing.
Sometimes. It's actually a pretty good Tuesday today. It's going by fast.
It is. The second Monday of the week. Tomorrow's the third Monday.
And then we get to Friday Junior.
All right, well, you are not making a calendar. You stick to here. How's
I'm not
that
good at
sound?
making calendars. Yeah, don't do that.
But no, it's a fabulous Tuesday here on Studio 10. Obviously, Tuesdays mean it's Take Me Home Tuesday, so we
Yes,
have
it
our
is.
friends from the Capital Area Humane Society joining us to introduce us to a pet that obviously needs its forever home. And, you know, you could be the owners, and we can talk a lot about, you know, because getting an animal, adopting an animal is a big deal. So I know we have it on every week, and I, as a person myself who's like considering fostering and or you know, adopting an animal, like it's a big decision, it's a life decision. So it's nice when we can have Lexi on to talk about these certain animals, what works, and then knowing that the staff at the Capital Area Humane Society is like super supportive.
Right, because you
in
don't
this
just want
process.
them to like get adopted. You want to make sure they're going to a good home,
Yes.
getting fed, getting attention, which I know for us it's tricky because we're at work. So when you
Yeah.
want to take care of them, let them out to the bathroom, play with them, it
Yeah.
can be tricky.
Oh, for sure, especially like puppies,
Yep.
because they're so cute. But we know they're not to work. So definitely tune in on Studio 10 to see who's up for adoption today. And then we also have like a double whammy. So we have an artist approach segment today and an Ask the Author segment. So we got a little bit of literature and a little bit of art. But starting with the art, we have a fabulous setup and exhibition happening over at the Lansing Art Gallery, all Pride themed. And so we have a lot of art done by LGBTQ plus artists that kind of represent different emotions, different feelings, different identities, conversation starters that are all at the library. So we have one of those artists coming into Studio 10 today, kind of breaking it all down and just kind of exploring the process, literally the artist approach on how they go to different mediums, because this is kind of, I think she's an intermedia artist.
Okay.
So she definitely uses more like pictures and film. So we're excited to dive in to see her approach and obviously how you can see this and follow her as well. So we're excited for that. And then we also have a Ask the Author segment with Dr. Carol Monson, and she wrote this book called Aging Optimally. She has been a physician and therapist for years, and then she's also worked at MSU.
Wow.
And she kind of combined the two and wrote this book talking a little bit about how you can kind of heal certain things internally and physically, just using your brain, and like how you're doing it while you're aging too. So you can't let age stop you. Yeah.
And the brain is a powerful tool.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So she's going to break it down with us with the tools that we would need, and then also talk about how you can like talk one-on-one with her, because this is like complicated stuff. How you can see her in an upcoming kind of meet and greet tomorrow. So
wow.
we're excited for that, as well as Claudia's doing a piece about the history, shocker,
Love history.
of the Mount Hope Cemetery. They're one of the oldest cemeteries in the state. And so talking about that and the fun facts that we learn along the way. It's just really interesting to know kind of where we came from and what is built upon our history.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have one more fabulous thing. Big
And?
news coming out of Mason. Their library is finally renovated.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's been closed for a while, and while they worked on renovations, and so now it's easily accessible for all ages and abilities, and but they also found ways to honor the history that's there
Oh,
too,
wow.
because it's a historic building. So we're going to dive into all of that, what you need to know, especially it's perfect timing for summer reading.
I was just gonna say, so I'm glad you tied that in. Perfect. Oh, well,
Yeah.
just in time for summer. I'm
Yes,
sure the kids are all
definitely.
excited. But
Yes.
yeah.
So definitely tune in Studio 10 and obviously learn more about all these fantastic stories. And tune in, of course, tomorrow we have a Father's Day giveaway that's picking up. And let me tell you, you're going to want to pizza it. You're going to want to.
Wait.
No, I don't think. I was trying to do like, you're going to want to have a piece of it. And so I was trying to use pizza and say you're going to want to have a pizza of it. But that doesn't make any sense.
Get a slice of it.
You're going to want to get a slice of it. That's a lot easier to say.
We got there.
Yikes. Nicole and the puns not good today.
That's okay. Usually they are.
Usually they are.
But for more Nicole puns, you can watch Studio 10 at 3 o'clock.
I don't know if everyone wants that.
Well, we'll keep an eye and an ear out. We'll see you at 3 o'clock, Nicole. But yes, coming up 3 o'clock in 50 minutes, you can tune into Studio 10. Of course, this is how you can stay up to date with them. WILX Studio 10 are their social media handles. And then if you want to sponsor with them, anything like that, you can email them at studio10@wilx.com. For those Father's Day giveaways, you can reach out to them on Facebook, WILX Studio 10. And you can also, whenever they have contests, go to our website, wilx.com, and you can search on that little hamburger bar. I would show you right now, but our little thing got disconnected. I'm going to have to talk to engineering to figure that out. I am not tech savvy like that. But you just go to our website, wilx.com. You click on the little like hamburger tab, you know, the 3 little lines. You scroll down, it'll say contests. So as long as you click on there, you'll be able to see. And I'm going to do it right now. So if you're on wilx.com, we'll do it together. So I'm clicking on contests. Okay, not on contests, but reach out to them on Facebook, WILX Studio 10. You can also shoot them an email at studio10@wilx.com. I'll show you that one more time. So just make sure to check that out right there. But a lot of great stuff coming up on Studio 10, like Nicole was mentioning. It is a beautiful day to get outside. So you can always look up WILX Studio 10 for any updates on anything going on in the 517 area. And of course, if you're interested in adopting a fur family friend, make sure to tune in today because it is Take Me Home Tuesday, and they always bring in adorable animals who are looking for that forever home, whether it's a dog, cat. They've even brought on a ferret before, guinea pigs, rabbits, and sometimes the one time they brought in a hedgehog as well. So it's not just cats and dogs. There's a variety of different animals and pets that you can adopt. So again, Studio 10 coming up 3 o'clock today. But I do want to share what else we have coming up, starting with First at 4 and what's on Mid-Michigan Matters today. So let me pull that up real quick. With getting outside and more of, you know, the bees, the butterflies, they're outside, all of the plants that are outside now that spring is coming to an end here, and, you know, the official start of summer is coming up very quickly. We're going to be talking about pollinators, the importance of maybe planting some butterfly bushes or different plants and flora that bees and butterflies would be attracted to, because, you know, we want to help out their populations and make sure that our plants and flowers are looking pretty as well.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes. And then coming up, News 10 at 5 today. News 10's Riley Connell is on a story about the Institute for Public Policy and Social Research at Michigan State University. So they're hosting a lunch and learn focused on the state's future economic development and how government economic incentives affect or hinder its progress. She's going to have more coming up, News 10 at 5 today. News 10 at 5:30. Tanaya Jordan is on the breaking news that we had on News 10 today at 11 on Hunter Biden being found guilty. That was the verdict there. And so he is guilty on those 3 charges. And so Tanaya Jordan is looking into the latest with the Hunter Biden verdict. And she's reaching out to the legal experts on what this means and what is next for Mr. Biden. So make sure to tune in News 10 at 5:30. That is a big story that we are working on today. And then coming up, News 10 at 6, Isley Herschel is on a story with the Michigan Department of Transportation. They're putting out a warning asking for drivers as road construction is in full force to have patience, slow down out on the roadways. So she's going to have more coming up today on News 10 at 6 because, I mean, it is construction season, not just summer here in Michigan. Of course, those orange barrels pop up as we get more of that sun outside, too. It's very unfortunate. Yeah,
they
no, it's
are
tough.
everywhere, I'll tell you what. Glad they're fixing the roads, but definitely slows my commute down coming into work.
And it's not just the orange barrels and the detours,
Yeah.
too. It's the number of travelers out there
Yeah.
and the chaos that
Yeah.
can, you know,
some of the
go
lanes
on.
closed down, and so then there's more people in one lane, and, you know, you guys understand traffic, the ripple effect. But yeah, today, News 10 at 6, I will be talking about a proposal before Lansing City Council. I don't know if you guys heard, don't know if you were tuned in, but a little while back we covered a story. The Lansing City Hall is actually moving locations. They're still going to be in the downtown Lansing area, but they, again, are moving locations. So now, once they're moved, City Hall would then be vacant.
Yeah.
But now there's a developer who wants to come in and take the, what is right now is currently City Hall, but then will soon be the former City Hall.
Yeah.
They want to turn that building into a hotel. So I'm going to be talking with the mayor really shortly here at 2:45.
Oh, that's coming up.
So if you guys have any questions you want me to ask the mayor about this project, feel free to drop them into the comments there, the chat below. But yeah, and I also just went downtown, in front of City Hall, talked to some folks today in downtown Lansing, get their thoughts on the proposal. But yeah, News 10 at 6, we'll be talking about the possibility of a hotel coming into what is currently our City Hall in Lansing.
That would be interesting in getting more visitors into the area too.
Yeah, and I believe, I'm going to have to ask the mayor about this, but I believe there's some kind of thing with taxes, like potentially the city could get more tax revenue, because I don't believe City Hall pays taxes. And so the hotel would be paying more, bringing the city more revenue, that sort of thing. Again, something I got to ask the mayor for more details on, but I'll be sure to include that aspect in my story as well.
Yeah, no, that would be great news. And like Erin was saying, if you have any questions, comments, reach out in the live chat so we can pass it on and she can ask those questions.
Yes, absolutely. I'd be happy to. It's only my job, right?
Right. You're doing your job and you're doing it right, so we appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, but News 10 at 6, tune in. I'll be live in Lansing, actually. Kind of fun. I don't know if you guys have a special love for the live shots. Something interesting could happen. You never know. Live TV. But yeah,
true.
6 o'clock. I'll be talking about the hotel.
All right, thank you, Erin. We'll make sure to see you then.
Thank you.
I was going to show you a live look at Michigan State, but their sky cam's looking a little strange right now. So I'm going to pull back. I know it looks a little funky.
Yeah.
It does. That's okay. We'll get it fixed soon. It'll work its way out. It's a Technical Difficulty Tuesday. There we go. That's what we'll call it.
I like the alliteration there. Yeah, Taylor.
Yay. Thank you, Erin. We're going to get Deanna up here now to share what she has coming up during our 90 minutes of news as well. So just real quick, here's a recap of what everything else we have going on. News 10 at 6, Erin Bowling has her story on Lansing City Hall being moved, what's going to be in place of the current Lansing City Hall, potentially a hotel. So she's going to be talking to Mayor Andy Shore in half an hour. Make sure to ask questions in our live chat. And Deanna, you just got back from your story.
I did.
Yes, you did. You were busy. So I'm trying to find, there we go. There's your name.
There I am.
There you are. How was it? Because you just got back not too long ago. Like 10 minutes ago you got back.
Yes, I rushed back just so I could talk to you and our viewers, of course. But no, I spoke with someone at East Lansing Farmers Market about the Double Up Bucks program that those that receive SNAP benefits or bridge cards they can use. And basically you get twice the amount of fruits and vegetables.
Wow.
Which is really nice.
Yeah,
yes.
Especially because produce goes bad quickly.
Right. So when you're shopping for your family, you don't have to worry about not having enough money, but they match it up to a certain dollar amount. So I spoke with them, and I spoke with the Fair Food Network, who is just giving a little bit more information about the program. It's not really new, but they do say not many people know about it. So
just get the word out.
Exactly. So if you have those benefits, you're automatically eligible to receive that. You just got to be aware of it.
That's nice. So you are providing the awareness so that people know that there are benefits out there. You're not missing out on it. That's great.
Yep. So that will be on at 5:30. I'm like blanking because I was
That's
running
all right.
all
You
over the
just got
place.
back.
But yes, no, I'm excited to share the news and just get the word out to more people so that they know.
Right. Well, looking forward to that. Thank you, Deanna. News 10 at 5:30.
5:30.
All right. We'll make sure to check in then. Thank you, Deanna. Okay, now you were talking about East Lansing, so we'll head there right now. Oh, no, it's looking like the sky cam is frozen. So I'm going to actually take off of that. But I know that Chris is high from East Lansing. So hello, Chris. Thank you for joining us. I was trying to give you a live look at MSU in East Lansing, but I'll show you again right now. It looks weird. The cars look like they're being dragged out. So we'll get that figured out. We have Mars joining. Let me give one last look so that Mars can put on his microphone. But this is kind of what you're seeing outside. Not as pixely as it's looking on the camera here, and hopefully traffic is a lot smoother than what it's, looking like the cars and buses dragged out on the road. However, it's a beautiful day out, sunny, it's warm. You were outside. How was it?
It was not bad at all. I actually did a story yesterday. I had to go back up there to this YMCA day camp, and all the kids were out there, were doing the zip line, and I'm like, today would have been a better day, but oh well. Great story yesterday.
Yes. What do you have coming up today?
So today I am highlighting in small part a foundation here in Lansing. So of course gun violence is a topic that we've been covering for a while, and we are having our Juneteenth special. So
Yeah,
of
next
course a big thing is who in the community is making an impact as far as trying to make a change, which I think a lot of times when we think about gun violence, we have to acknowledge that it happens everywhere. But then also I think with those preventative steps that people take is to say you can't stop everything. Things happen, you know, or there could be more of that. So we want to focus on the fact that somebody is actually out there doing that groundwork and trying to make these changes, and that is the Mikey 23 Foundation, who is reaching 9 years. So I'm going to share, I don't know if we've done a spotlight feature-y story on them, but this is our opportunity to kind of talk about them, and of course shout out all the other organizations that are out here doing the work as well. It's definitely important that we acknowledge them all, which we'll try to do our best to do that. But of course this foundation is I guess for me, making those connections, I think it's just a great story. And I guess I was a Boys and Girls Club kid. We had a computer lab back when I grew up in the neighborhood I grew up in. So we had kind of those programs that we were introduced to early that kind of took our mind off to other things and expanded our minds. And I think that is this program. And so I'm excited to share that story.
Oh, and that's coming up what time, Mars?
News 10 at 6.
News 10 at 6.
Had
Thank
to think
you.
about it.
Yes, you're good. Yeah, and Mikey 23, what he's referring to, a local man, his son was lost to gun violence, and so going on 9 years with the foundation.
Yeah, so a few months after his son passed away, his son Mikey, this is in 2015, he started the foundation, had a house donated that was in a fire, and built that house from the ground up. So I think it's just like that full circle thing of this mentor coming in to assist children, these children building these homes, and then these homes being put back out into the community. And so, you know, we've been reporting on housing and the housing crisis as well. So a lot of things are just happening, a lot of enrichment, not only in the city of Lansing, but with the Black community as well. So great, you know, story for Juneteenth.
Yes, that is. And Juneteenth, there is a special running Wednesday, next Wednesday.
Yes, at 5:30, I believe, at 5:30.
Go. It is an hour-long special, so make sure to tune in.
Yes, make sure to tune in. I'm excited to just share all that we've been working on and excited to talk about it. So tune into that special next Wednesday.
All right. Well, thank you, Mars, for sharing what you have coming up. And like what Mars was mentioning, speaking on gun violence and speaking on loss, if you've gone through a trauma like gun violence or anything else, or maybe you have lost, you know, a sibling, a loved one, a friend, even, you know, a pet, something like that, and that's a hard loss to go through, a time of grievance. Know that you're not alone. There are resources out there for you, whether it is anything traumatic like that, or it's depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, stress, addiction, whether that's to gambling, substance abuse, anything of the sort. Know that you're not alone, and there are resources out there for you, such as like on your screen. All you have to do is pull out your cell phone, scan that QR code on the right side of your screen, and it'll pull up a list of resources across our mid-Michigan counties, Shiawassee, Jackson, Lenawee, Ingham, Eaton, Ionia, any other of the counties I'm forgetting to mention here. But there are resources listed under each of those counties to provide you some of that guidance on where to look and where to just take that first step in seeking that mental health professional care, those treatment options. And those people, those professionals too, can help you recognize what the symptoms and triggers are, help you better understand what you're going through. And also, just a note here, do this when you feel ready. I know that can be very challenging. You know, you want to give yourself time to process these emotions. It's also important to seek that help, but know that these are here for when you are ready to open up about it. So we just want to provide that for you when you have a chance to check it out. But that is what we have coming up today on News 10. We have Andy Provenzano, who's going to be giving your first alert forecast updates on Studio 10, coming up in just under 40 minutes here, followed by First at 4 and our 90 minutes of news. I do see that Crystal said hello from the chat. I'm going to watch Aaron's live shot live. Did you hear that, Aaron? Woohoo! Live at 6, Crystal. There you go. And I'll pull up one more time what we have coming up during our 90 minutes of news. If you want to see Aaron, who's going to be live downtown Lansing, speaking about the Lansing City Hall, of course, that is what we have coming up. That's News 10 at 6. But here's everything else we have coming up during our 90 minutes of news. I do want to thank Aaron, Mars, and Deanna for joining the live desk, giving more of those updates to everyone who is watching the stream right now. And we appreciate everyone who is joining the stream as well, too. getting more of an update into what you can expect here on News 10 throughout the remainder of today. And now, Chris, if you're still with us, the MSU cam looks like it's back up and running. It's not glitchy or pixely anymore. So we'll get one live look outside before we head out here. Studio 10 again getting started in just over half an hour, followed by First at 4 on Mid-Michigan Matters, where we're talking about pollination and pollinators and the importance of all of that. But you're seeing Michigan State's campus looking beautiful with all of the greenery, except looks like maybe they could use some rain. That grass is looking a little dry over there. But Andy's going to share more in your First Alert forecast, so just make sure to tune in then. Make sure to get outside today because it's only going to get hotter in the forecast. In fact, if I go to WILX.com right now, you click on the First Alert weather tab. Darren says mostly sunny skies are expected for this afternoon, and then we'll get some more of that cloud cover moving across the area. But other than that, we're going to be in the lows tonight, mid-50s. So if you do want to give your AC units a little bit of a break, you're able to do that tonight. Just, open up the windows. It's going to get into the mid-50s. Otherwise, the rest of the week, what we are looking at in the 3-day forecast here, 75 degrees today as your high, and then moving into tomorrow, Wednesday, you're going to be 83 degrees, low 80s, mid to low 80s. And then come Thursday, you're getting 86 degrees. But I will have to say, Father's Day is this Sunday. 89 to 93 degrees is what our meteorologists were projecting. So just make sure if you like the cooler temperatures, enjoy today, and then prepare for the rest of the week, which is going to be getting into the mid 80s, the high 80s, and the 90s. So make sure you're staying hydrated, you're finding shade, you're providing yourself with nutrients and fueling your body so that you don't have any of those heat wave concerns. Not really heat wave, but dealing with the heat, we want to make sure you're hydrated, not dehydrated, which can, pose some health risks. But other than that, that is what we have coming up today. If you are traveling anywhere, you can download the First Alert weather app, get your traffic alert updates. Also, if you want to plan ahead to Father's Day and you want to monitor the extremely high summer-like temperatures, and extremely high, not too bad. It's not, 90 degrees. That's still going to be pretty hot. And we do have some thunderstorms to be aware of with those summer-like temperatures, which Andy will be giving in the First Alert forecast coming up in our evening newscast. But other than that, you can make sure you're looking ahead toward the rest of the week. If you have any trips that you're planning, I know me and a coworker, we were talking about planning a trip to the UP. I'm not sure where she went. I was trying to give her a little shout out. But yeah, so if you want to go to the UP this weekend, maybe for Father's Day, go kayaking, go swimming, check out, of course, Upper Michigan, go get some fudge or something, go to Mackinac Island. You check all of your forecasts out on the First Alert weather app, or if you're going anywhere else, of course, too. Doesn't have to just be the UP or in Michigan. But hey, we love our home in Michigan, so make sure to go check it out. And you can find more things to do here locally in Lansing and the Mid-Michigan area through Studio 10, which is coming up in just over half an hour here, so make sure to tune in. That's what we have coming up today on News 10. Thank you, everyone, for joining on this Tuesday, and have a great rest of your day.